universe's average color is called cosmic latte. In a 2002 study, astronomers found that the light coming from galaxies averaged into a beige color that's close to white. So I guess they named that cosmic latte. Okay. Number 8. super long. Okay, weird. Number 13. 1, 3. The world's oldest dog lived to 29.5 years old, while the median age a dog reaches tends to be about 10 to 15 years. One Australian cattle dog appears